And now, Zurgrinosports and Red Dragon Studios present Extreme Rules. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another pay-per-view event in this beautiful, beautiful company, WWE Extreme Rules. Not really sure why this venue was booked. We sold out the last two pay-per-views if you were joining us for them, but we've gone with the smaller crowd. But this place is still full to the brim for an exciting night of action. Let's run you through the card. Tonight we will feature a tag team championship match. Regal and Cesaro defending their newly won tag team championships against the Hurt Business. Regal and Cesaro defending their titles after winning them at Money in the Bank from the Alpha Academy. Will they be able to defend them, or will we have new champions? We'll have to wait and find out. But another championship match in the works today. Drew Gulak defending his newly won Intercontinental Championship against the former champion Ricochet in a ladder match. Drew Gulak's first title defense, and he is not happy about it. As you know, he's not a fan of heights. But next up, over on Raw, we have the United States Championship. As you can tell, folks, lots of championships on the line. Big event planned for you. And now we have two great friends fighting for the United States Championship. AJ Styles winning the #1 contendership in a tournament over on Raw. Will he be able to defeat his friend for the title, or will Finn Balor retain? Sticking on Raw, we have the Raw Women's Championship being defended in a first blood match. Asuka defending her Raw Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley, who just recently joined the Judgment Day, showing a new, darker, deeper side of her. Will that guide her to victory? We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of the Judgment Day, we have Edge, the leader of the Judgment Day, facing off against Cody Rhodes in a #1 Contenders Last Man Standing match. The winner will go on to face either Roman Reigns or Samoa Joe at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. Next up on the card, we have Charlotte Flair defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair winning a Fatal 4-Way on SmackDown to earn this opportunity. Charlotte Flair is going to be looking over her shoulder, though, because Sasha Banks is the special guest referee, special guest enforcer to keep her in line. And then in the main event of the evening, we have Bobby Lashley defending his WWE Championship against John Cena. John Cena and Brendan Cabina, the Black John Cena, have earned themselves a shot at the titles, but they forfeited the shot so Cena could challenge for the title. Will it be worth it? We'll have to wait and see. But before any of that happens, we will be starting the show in a few moments here with the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, defending his World Heavyweight Championship in a tables match against Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe newly returned to Raw, winning a gauntlet match to earn this opportunity. Samoa Joe, excuse me, grab a Hamilton. I'll let you cook. I'll let you do your job. My mistake. Mike Rome is better. But I should be unbiased. I'm just a commentator in this company. But we have here the challenger coming to the... Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I think my mic cut out. We have the challenger coming to the ring. Samoa Joe recently returned to the company on Raw, and he has been in the face of the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. He wants to win that World Heavyweight Championship. He wants to make a claim for being one of the greatest in this business. A lot of the fans agree with that sentiment, and if he can win the World Heavyweight Championship tonight and dethrone the dominant Roman Reigns, he will surely shut up the people who don't agree. But that is a tall task that he has ahead of him. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, has not lost in what feels like forever, and he doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. The Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, thinks that Samoa Joe is jealous that he is not part of the Anoa'i family, the only Samoan practically in the business to not be a part of the legendary Anoa'i family. But it doesn't matter, because what happens in the ring is what matters. If Samoa Joe can defeat the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, then nothing else will matter. And we await the tribal chief. We await the head of the table, Roman Reigns. As I just stated, claims that Samoa Joe is jealous of him. Is jealous to not be in the Anoa'i family. Is jealous that he is not the best Samoan named Joe in the business. Paul Heyman, the wise man, handing the World Heavyweight Championship to the tribal chief, who holds it proudly above his head. Fireworks go off. Every time this man appears on our screens, every time this man appears in the ring, it is a spectacle. It is must-watch programming. Needle mover. Major draw. Will he continue his reign at the top of the company? Not only the company, of the industry. Nobody comes close. Unless Samoa Joe can put an end to it right now. Roman Reigns, confidently coming down to the ring as he always does. Golden glove on his right hand, perhaps symbolizing that he intends to remain champion. I think we could all assume that he intends to remain champion. Samoa Joe beat both of the Usos in a handicap match on Raw, so Roman Reigns will likely want to get a little bit of revenge. Samoa Joe saying he wants to put the head of a table through a table. This is, of course, a tables match. We'll see who comes out on top. The fans in attendance, perhaps not too receptive of the tribal chief. Perhaps they want a changing of the guard. Perhaps they would like to see Samoa Joe dethrone the head of the table. But, as many have proven before, that is a task that is hard to do. Seth Rollins came close, but he couldn't do it. Pushed him to his limit at Backlash. At Money in the Bank, Randy Orton pulled out everything he had in his arsenal. In his illustrious career, every little advantage he could have given himself through his experience and his natural talent in this industry was not enough to put away the head of the table. Samoa Joe brings a different element to the ring than those other two that I mentioned. Both incredible wrestlers, both future Hall of Famers, undoubtedly. But Samoa Joe has more power. And he has more size. And maybe that will be a factor that lends him an advantage that the other two did not have. We'll see how things go here. The bell is rung. Samoa Joe off to a fiery start. Roman Reigns. Oh. Ooh, big clubbing blow. Forearm to the back of the head. And now raining down strikes. Perhaps that is for his cousins, the Usos. For the bloodline. Striking going on here. Big release suplex, if that is what that is called. Big ground and pound. Things are personal. This isn't a technical masterpiece. This isn't going to be your typical in-ring 5-star classic technical encounter where everybody's busting out a reversal of a reversal of a reversal. This is a fight. These men have made it personal. And they are going to give everything that they have for that prestigious World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns closing in on 2 years with the championship, if I remember correctly. Won it at Payback 2020. We are at Extreme Rules 2022. If he can hold on to the championship. Oh, German suplex, baby! A big German suplex that could swing the momentum in this match into the STF from Samoa Joe. Looking like the near 2-year-long reign of Roman Reigns might be at jeopardy. Because if Samoa Joe can continue to do such damage it'll be easier to put him through a table. As you can see, there's a table. Big release front suplex. Once again, if that is what it's called. As you can see, there's a table directly in view of the camera. Samoa Joe going out and going for that table. Perhaps he wants to put an end to the match early. Throws it in there after hitting Roman Reigns with it. Must not have felt good. Those tables are pretty stiff, folks. Just imagine what it would feel like. Not only to get hit across the face, across the head by it, but to be put through it. Ooh, shoulder breaker from Samoa Joe. Picking up the Tribal Chief. Into the steps. The table's ready for him in the inside, but Joe maybe isn't ready to put Roman through with a super kick. He wants to punish him a bit more. You might venture a guess that that is what Samoa Joe wants to do. But Roman Reigns isn't just going to let that happen. Big neck breaker on the outside. Just a thin layer of padding over that concrete floor in the arena. And now Roman Reigns tossing Samoa Joe before he re-enters the ring. Big, big swing. And some strikes. Oh. Maybe he could have thrown him into the middle of the ring. The table was far away, but he just threw him to the outside. Maybe he wants a chance to regroup. Samoa Joe has been getting some offense, some strikes, and maybe Roman Reigns just wanted a breather. I don't know what happened there. I could not tell you, folks. I don't know if Joe was going for an O'Connor roll. Big, big move from Roman Reigns. I don't know if Joe was trying to wrap up the legs and maybe miscalculated, maybe tripped, maybe got his foot caught in the seams of the padding. Maybe his foot nicked the steel steps and he lost his balance. But Roman Reigns capitalized. So Samoa Joe taunting a bit. Maybe not the wisest move against an opponent of the magnitude of Roman Reigns. He's fighting back. Yes, he is. Samoa Joe. What's he going to do now? Dragging him. Positioning him in the corner where he wants him. What's he going to do from here? Once again, perhaps... Oh, table collapsed, but it did not break. The match continues. Perhaps Samoa Joe could have ended the match early. And if he tossed Roman Reigns back into the center of the ring, that table was right in the spot. And that could have been the match. But he wanted him outside. Perhaps to do some more damage before he finishes the match. Samoa Joe, of course, an incredible athlete, an incredible wrestler. Curse of the commentator, I guess, is what just happened. Who the hell are those two schmucks over there? Three schmucks over there. Their mics aren't turned on, mine is. So I don't know if they're there for appearances, but I'm the one calling this. Alright? There you go. Uppercut from Samoa Joe. Oh. Maybe Joe was going to put him through the table, but Roman did not let that happen. He canceled that out real quick. Snapmare. Tried to hit the ropes, but the table was in the way. You'd think he'd see that ahead of time, but that's okay. Oh, onto the table. Leaning up against it. Is this it, folks? Going for a powerbomb. Lifts him up. Oh! Samoa Joe powerbombed through the table. And still your World Heavyweight Champion. I'll let the announcer do it. And just like that, folks, Roman Reigns defends his title successfully, retains the World Heavyweight Championship in a match that you could argue Samoa Joe was in control of for the majority. It is Roman Reigns who comes out on top. He found his opening and he won the match. Next up, we have one of my most anticipated matches of the evening. Anytime these four men are on the screen, anytime these two tag teams are on a match in this company, I am glued to my screen, just like many of you are at home. William Regal and Antonio Cesaro defending their tag team championships against the Hurt Business. Don't know why they're coming out with Cedric Alexander's singles theme. You'd think that they would be coming out with the Hurt Business theme. Not really sure. I'll play it safe and blame it on Kevin Dunn. But we have the Hurt Business coming down to the ring. The Hurt Business had a shot at the Tag Team Gold back at Backlash against the Alpha Academy. But the Alpha Academy on that night got the better hand, and they won the vacant WWE Tag Team Championships, culminating a tournament that night. Since then, they held them to Money in the Bank, where William Regal and Antonio Cesaro won the Tag Team Championships. And now the Hurt Business, they want a shot at those titles. Here come William Regal and Antonio Cesaro to the ring, the reigning, defending WWE Tag Team Champions. These men, of course, had a singles match back at Backlash, in which William Regal announced in the lead up to that event that he was cleared for competition. He wanted a match with Antonio Cesaro, the man who retired him back in 2013. He wanted to know that he was still at the caliber of the greats, because if he wasn't going to put his body under harm to come back for nothing. He wanted to prove himself against the man who retired him. He wanted to prove himself against one of the absolute best technical wrestlers in this business. And he came out on top in an incredible match. And he came back to active competition. And as a result, these two formed a tag team. Close friends, a mentor and mentee, if that is a word, partnership between them. And now they hold the tag team gold. Will they hold it after tonight, or will their tag team reign be short-lived? Tonight is a 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules match for these championships, which means if you're new to the product, you have to win twice in the same match in order to win the match, whether it be pinfall or submission. Countouts and disqualifications are not a factor because it is an Extreme Rules 2 out of 3 falls tag team matchup. There we go. The challengers, the Hurt Business, Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin, and the champions, William Regal and Antonio Cesaro. Will they defend those titles, or will they change hands? We'll wait and see. Either way, this should be one of the matches of the night. William Regal looks pretty intense tonight. Lock up to start things off. Cedric Alexander. Big pump handle fall away slam, if that is what that would be called, to start the match off. No small matches, no chain wrestling. Flatliner from Cedric Alexander, starting off with some big moves early on. Perhaps looking for a fall early on in the match. Because if you get a fall very early and make it early enough where it feels like it hasn't happened, if you get a fall early in a match, you would assume that the rest of the match just feels like a normal one, is what I'm trying to say. Perhaps that is the mentality of Cedric Alexander in pulling out those big moves early on. But one of the downsides to pulling off those big moves early on is they empty the gas tank faster. And in a match that is 2 out of 3 falls, that could go on for quite a while, depending on how close of a match it is, that gas tank will come in very, very handy later on. So if you can keep the gas tank full for longer, that's more beneficial. There are a million ways to play this. That might be overshooting, but there are a ton of ways to play this. It depends which one each teams have strategized for themselves. Pinfall, kick out at 1, not even 1. Big stomp from Antonio Cesaro. Big kick from Shelton Benjamin. I'd love to see these two in a singles matchup. That would be incredible. Any combination of these guys in a singles matchup as well as this tag team match, give me that. I'm an unbiased commentator in the fact that I'm not rooting for either side to win, but I am rooting for good wrestling to call matches. I want to call good matches. I want to call entertaining matches. High quality, high caliber athletes in the ring. And these two teams definitely fulfill that. Big stomps in the corner by Shelton Benjamin, wearing down the veteran William Regal. But at the same time, Shelton Benjamin has reached that veteran status himself. He's no chick on the block or whatever the saying is. I don't know what the saying is. I'm just a wrestling commentator. Busted open is William Regal early on. The crowd may be looking in shock. Maybe that's what Kevin Dunn was going for there. I'm not really sure. But maybe he was going away. It looks like maybe the ref stepped in and wiped the blood off the forehead of William Regal. Perhaps that is why the camera cut away, which means I probably shouldn't have brought attention to it. But, you know, what are they going to do? Fire me? Come on. Big chops by Shelton Benjamin, followed by that big knee and the big leg drop. Cesaro can only watch on and as his mentor, as someone he looks up to, gets pummeled by the gold standard Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin, multi-time Intercontinental Champion, multiple-time U.S. Champion, Tag Team Champion, very decorated athlete, as I was alluding to earlier. He has reached that veteran status. He has reached close to 20 years in this business on the main roster. Big T-bone suplex from Shelton Benjamin. That used to be the move that he would put people away with. He's transitioned into using the complete shot, I believe. Might not be what he calls it. For some reason, I'm blanking on what he might call it. But he's setting up for it. The jumping flatliner. He's going for it. Will he connect? He does. Will this be the first fall of the match? Goes for the pinfall. Okay, Kevin Dunn. That's cool, I guess. William Regal kicks out. My goodness. My goodness, he wants to hold on to those tag team titles. Even though he does have another fall, he doesn't want to give this one up, because you could make the argument that if it might be beneficial to take a fall instead of keep taking damage, so you can regroup and keep going. Because perhaps if he keeps kicking out, the move that will bring the first fall might be enough for the second right after if enough damage accrues. So maybe it might be smart to live to fight another day in a sense. William Regal crawling for the tag. Shelton Benjamin getting incredible distance on that jumping, diving elbow drop, attacking Cesaro off the apron, drop kicking him, off the apron, picking up William Regal. What's he doing here? Oh, complete shot. Once again, I'm not sure if that's what he calls it. Going for the pin. 1, 2. That is the first fall in the books. The crowd loving the match. The Hurt Business up, 1 fall. They need 1 more. William Regal and Antonio Cesaro, if they were to win this match, need to get 2 pinfalls or submissions back to back in order to win. They cannot afford to lose another fall. William Regal getting singled out by Shelton Benjamin. Perhaps Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, the Hurt Business, accompanied by MVP at ringside, perhaps this was their game plan all along. Flatliner by Cedric Alexander, going for the pin. Is this it? Cesaro coming to the rescue at the final second to save the match for him and Regal. But perhaps, as we are seeing in this matchup, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander wanted to isolate the older competitor. William Regal showed that he's still at a high level, not only by beating Cesaro, but by winning the tag team titles with Cesaro. But at the same time, that body has a lot more mileage on it than Antonio Cesaro. That body has a lot more damage and fractures and trauma on it that will get brought to the surface earlier in a matchup. William Regal gets the tag. Ooh, big running uppercut by Cesaro. Knocks Shelton Benjamin off the apron. Goes back to Cedric Alexander. Big strike. What's he doing? Shoots him off the ropes. Springboard. European uppercut only like he can do it. Big elbow drop. What's he doing here? He's picking him up. Hitting him around. What is this? UFO! Oh my goodness. He's hitting him with the UFO. There it is. Look at the crowd. They're shocked. They saw a UFO tonight. Picks him up. Neutralizer? Is he going to get it? Lifts him up. Plants him. Is this going to be enough to tie the score 1-1? We'll see. That is a 3 count. We are tied 1-1, folks. The next fall wins this match. The balance of this match hangs in the balance. The outcome of this match is what I was trying to say, hangs in the balance. Cesaro tagging in William Regal, of course. William Regal just going for the pin. Maybe he thinks that Cesaro made a mistake and should have just done another pinfall right off the bat. But Cedric Alexander is not going to be put away that easy. You're going to have to put him through a lot more hell to put him down for a second time in a match. Now he gets to work on William Regal. Into the corner. Tags in Shelton Benjamin. They're going to double team William Regal. Double super kick cannot feel good on the face and chin of William Regal. Cedric Alexander taking care of Cesaro on the apron. Shelton Benjamin, power slam. Picks him up. What is he going for? T-bone suplex. Does this mean that jumping complete shot's coming? Pay dirt! I remembered the name of the move. He hits the pay dirt. 2. And we have new tag team champions. Just like that. Incredible 2 out of 3 Falls Extreme Rules match. These men didn't even use weapons. They wanted to settle it in the ring with their in-ring prowess. The Hurt Business isolated William Regal. They got the first fall of the match. Cesaro got to fall back for the former now tag team champions. But the Hurt Business turned it right back around. Focused and isolated William Regal again. And that was enough to win a second fall and win those tag team championships that they are holding proudly in their arms and above their shoulders. Incredible matchup. Congratulations to the new champions. But next up, yet another championship match. Newly crowned Intercontinental Champion Drew Gulak defending in a ladder match against the former champion Ricochet, who has invoked his rematch clause. Will it be a successful rematch, or will we see a title retention? Yes, it is, Greg. So far tonight, we've seen Roman Reigns defend, retain his championship. And then we've seen the tag team titles, the WWE SmackDown tag team titles, change hands. Will we see a retention or a title change? We've got one of each, and the numbers for one of them will grow. And it is up to the men in this match to decide what happens. Ricochet, a high flyer, high octane offense, loves to utilize the air, loves to utilize flashy moves, uses his body as a weapon. But the torture machine, Drew Gulak, likes to keep things grounded, likes to grind things out, likes to stretch people, likes to put people in pain. They don't call him the torture machine for nothing. He likes to make you regret that you got in the ring with him. And he is not a fan of heights. He's not a fan of flying moves off the top rope, springboards, all this flashy stuff that Ricochet is known for. He likes to keep it grounded. And as a result, he is not happy that his championship is hanging above the ring and that he is going to have to climb a ladder to retain it. Because this match lends itself perfectly to the strengths of Ricochet. But Ricochet had his rematch clause, and he was within his rights to choose this as the stipulation, as it is Extreme Rules. Of course, every match tonight has had a stipulation. The opener was a tables match. 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules match in the tag team match that we just witnessed. Ladder match right now. And a variety of other matches to come. Ricochet chose the match that he knew benefited him and would upset the newly crowned Intercontinental Champion. Drew Gulak has been on a very impressive run as of late, ever since WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, Texas. He introduced the Gulak Invitational on SmackDown. He's defeated the likes of the Brian Kendrick, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, all of the Lucha House Party, former WWE champions such as Jinder Mahal and Jeff Hardy, and he also won the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown in his Invitational. Will he be able to defend it? Big Hurricane Rana there from Ricochet. Impressive moves right off the bat. Gulak is going to be feeling that one. Gulak said that Ricochet played a part in the decline of the prestige of the Intercontinental Championship. The Intercontinental Championship is a title that holds a lineage of Hall of Famers throughout its history. The likes of Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. The likes of Bret the Hitman Hart. Shawn Michaels. Likes of Edge. Randy Orton. Shelton Benjamin. Chris Jericho. Christian. The list goes on. A laundry list of Hall of Famers, or soon-to-be Hall of Famers, have held this title. But in recent times, it has lost some of its prestige. And Drew Gulak claims that Ricochet played a part in it. He didn't assign all of the blame to Ricochet, but he said that he didn't help the title. When Ricochet attempted to accept the Gulak Invitational, as Gulak tries to grab the title, Ricochet stops him. Big electric chair. When Ricochet attempted to answer the Gulak Invitational the first time, Gulak declined. And then upon digging by the people in the company and by Ricochet, Gulak said that he rejected because he would need the title to be on the line for him to accept. He presented a PowerPoint presentation outlining how far the title has fallen. Once again, assigning some of the blame to Ricochet. This is the first time the title has appeared on pay-per-view in, I believe, over a year. I usually have my notes with me, but, I got my notes sent to the other venue, And they're not here with me. I believe we had a bigger venue, and then they tried to book Sergeant Slaughter, and then there was some sort of safety threat, and then they moved us here or something. I think it's happened before, but I guess lightning does strike twice. I don't know what happened there, but a big powerbomb off the ladder by Gulak to Ricochet. Gulak has been doing a very good job of implementing his style to a match that doesn't necessarily lend itself to it. He's been using the ladders to punish Ricochet on a ground level, on a lower level, on a mat level, instead of flying up the ladders and jumping off of them and using his body as a weapon. He's been using the ladders to help him pick apart Ricochet piece by piece. As I was saying, this title, I believe, for the first time in over a year, or close to a year, is being defended on a pay-per-view, and Drew Gulak is taking credit for that one. And he says that he is going to return the prestige to the Intercontinental Championship, make it a title desired by everyone once again, respected by everyone once again, but he might not get the chance to if Ricochet keeps getting in this offense. Ricochet's busted him open, as you saw just there. He's bleeding from his forehead. I believe it was a forearm that caught him. Maybe the edge of the elbow when he was going for the forearm. Those elbows are sharp. They do cut you deep. I don't know what Kevin Dunn is doing with this little circle thing. We saw that in Money in the Bank. I don't know why he's playing like a little phone game maybe or something on the screen. We've got a job to do, Kevin. Focus. And now Ricochet returns the favor of that powerbomb from the ladder. Big super kick to follow. And now he's climbing. Is this going to be the moment that he regains his championship? He goes to the top. He's turning around. Why is he not grabbing the title? It's right there. Ricochet had the match won, but he went for a shooting star press off the top to the back of Drew Gulak. The Torture Machine got tortured by that one. A man of that size, of that height, up that high, with the velocity bringing him down on the lower lumbar of your back. That must have been painful. And now Ricochet, will he take this opportunity? He's struggling with the clasp. He's struggling with the clasp. They're always tricky, but Ricochet might not get a chance to win this match at the very moment because Drew Gulak has recovered. Somebody needs to tighten or loosen something with that belt because every time it gets let go of, it swings across. I feel like that's a hazard. It might hit a fan if it comes loose. I'm going to blame Kevin Dunn on that one as well. But now, Ricochet getting his arm stretched by the Torture Machine, Drew Gulak. Turns him around. What's he going for here? Big back suplex. And now Gulak is pumping up. He's getting hyped. Perhaps preparing for a big move coming up. Big punch, big chop, big punch. What's he doing here? He's climbing the ladder, but I don't think he's going to get too far. He didn't take care of Ricochet before he went up. Not enough at least. Ricochet, big punch returns the favor. What's he doing? Maybe he wants to go for the top rope. Maybe he was getting a little cardio in mid-match. Big boot to the face. Where is he going here? Ricochet up to the top rope. 454, 630. Incredible. I thought he was going for the 450. Usually he stands up and he pipes up the crowd. He hypes up the crowd. He raises them up and then he hits the 630. But he just went straight into this one. No bones about it. He wanted that to catch Gulak off guard. Maybe he didn't want Gulak to have time to prepare for it coming, to recover from being on the ground and repair. But he took too long after the move, and Gulak has recovered. And he's going for a powerbomb off the top. Boom. That cannot feel good, folks. Gulak, once again focusing on the arm. Stretching the arms out, attacking the arms. Perhaps what Gulak is going to do here is he wants to damage the arms so much that Ricochet can't use them to grab the rungs of the ladder on his climb up. Or perhaps he's trying to hurt the arms so much that if he does make his way to the top of the ladder, he struggles to unclasp the title off of the carabiner or whatever is holding it up there. Perhaps that is why Ricochet was struggling so much earlier in the match. Some of the big neck breaker. Maybe a turn of the tides in this match. Let's see how it goes. Throwing him up. Boom! Big move. Austin Theory's not going to be happy about that. Going to claim gimmick infringement, maybe. Once again, Ricochet climbing to the top. Oh! And it backfired. Ricochet tumbling, crashing, and burning like Icarus. He flew too close to the sun. Gulak pushed the ladder out from under him, and he came crashing down like it hurt inside. But he's making a comeback, it seems. Ricochet throwing Gulak out of the ring, and Gulak hit the ladder on his way out. That could have damaged something. That is how Shawn Michaels broke his back way back in the day, by knocking his back on the casket at that Royal Rumble match with The Undertaker in, I believe it was 1997. Ooh, ducks. Knife edge chop. Credit to the camera crew for getting this amazing shot. Big suplex off the top by Gulak. Both men reeling from that maneuver. Both men's backs just took a lot of damage there. and the crowd chanting, "This is awesome." And they have every right to. This match has been incredible. Gulak climbing to the top. Ricochet not moving. He is incapacitated on the floor. Is this going to be Ricochet's moment? I mean, Gulak. Is this going to be Gulak's moment? He's fighting with the clasp. Once again, I don't know what Kevin done. Ricochet's climbing up. But... oh! Gulak gets the title unclasped just as Ricochet recovers and gets himself a first successful title retention in the books. As you can see, some of the highlights of the match, the 630, the suplex off the top that ultimately took Ricochet out just long enough for Gulak to retrieve his title. And there he is atop of the ladder, bloodied, bruised. His left eye looks banged up. Above his right eye on his forehead is busted open. And still Intercontinental Champion Drew Gulak. But we move over to a Raw matchup now for a similarly prestigious title that has maybe lost a little bit of its luster, but it's being attempted to be rebuilt by the men in this match. Finn Balor has been champion for a little while. AJ Styles winning. I'll stop cutting off the announcer. Yes, it is Greg Hamilton. AJ Styles won a tournament to determine his position in this match. In that tournament, he defeated Kofi Kingston. He defeated Kevin Owens. And he defeated Seth Rollins. 3 very high caliber opponents on his way to earning this shot against yet another high caliber opponent, Finn Balor. This match is an Extreme Rules match. AJ Styles wearing an attire that has Japanese writing on it. A callback to his time, perhaps, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, when he was a member of the Bullet Club, or let's not say a member, let's tell it like it is. He was a leader of the Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But before him, the leader of that infamous faction was Finn Balor. Now, the hardcore wrestling fans will already know this, but some of you just tuning into the product, just new to the product, might not. These two never really crossed paths in Japan, but they both led the same faction. They grew a bond because of it, but perhaps there is some tension in the ranks on who was the better leader. Or perhaps this is just a friendly matchup. Well, not friendly, but two friends performing their craft for that prestigious championship. Finn Balor, adorned in blue. As you can see, the United States champion coming down to the ring. Will he still be champion after this match? So far tonight, if you're just joining us, Roman Reigns successfully retained his World Heavyweight Championship in a tables match against Samoa Joe. The Hurt Business successfully defeated William Regal and Cesaro to earn the WWE Tag Team Championships, SmackDown Tag Team Championships, in a 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules match. And the match that just finished before this one, Drew Gulak retained his Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match against Ricochet. We have 2 title retentions and 1 title change so far. Will we have 3 retentions to 1 change? Or will the scores even out with a title change in this match? It'll be a close one. These two have faced off a couple times in the past. If I can remember correctly, the last time they faced off, Finn Balor came out on top. but I could be wrong. Because I was not employed as a commentator of the company at the time. So I wasn't there. But, once again, I don't have my notes with me, otherwise I would know. They were delivered to the other arena. As you can see,
From Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And introducing the champion from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds. He is the WWE United States Champion, Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, of course, successfully defended his United States Championship back at Money in the Bank when he called upon the Demon to help him defeat Judgment Day's Edge. Judgment Day and Finn Balor's involvement goes back a little bit. Finn Balor won the United States Championship off Damian Priest, and he had some issues with him. Edge and AJ Styles had a once-in-a-lifetime dream match set up. First time ever at WrestleMania 38. What would have been a match to look up back on fondly as two of the greatest to ever do it, going at it at the highest level on the grandest stage, was quickly tarnished when Edge relied on the help of Damian Priest to come in and cost AJ Styles the match and get him that win. They tried to keep stacking the odds against AJ Styles, but AJ Styles recruited Finn Balor at Backlash for a tag team match against Priest and Edge. And at that match, when Finn Balor was on a roll, Malachi Black returned to the WWE and aligned himself with the Judgment Day, leading them to a win. Once again at Money in the Bank, Edge faced Finn Balor for the United States Championship, but came out short due to Finn Balor calling on the Demon. AJ Styles was in the Money in the Bank ladder match itself, alongside Damian Priest and Malachi Black of the Judgment Day. He did not come out on top. Cody Rhodes, in fact, had the match nearly won until Edge came down and interfered and allowed Malachi Black to climb the ladder and win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Big frog splash from AJ Styles. After these two fought side by side, and now that the Judgment Day appears to be somewhat in their back rearview mirror, Finn Balor needed an opponent for tonight. Ooh, 450 springboard missed, but he's right back up. This match, very back and forth, very balanced matchup. Two of the highest caliber wrestlers in the world in this ring. Finn Balor needed an opponent for tonight. A tournament was held, which I alluded to earlier. Ooh, swing and a miss with the chair by AJ. Taking advantage of the Extreme Rules stipulation. AJ Styles again beating Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins to earn this shot against Finn Balor. And these two agreed. Ooh, full Nelson suplex, my goodness, onto the chair. Onto the chair, the back of the neck of AJ Styles. That cannot have felt good. Kendo stick doesn't get used. Big reversal. Very fluid matchup as of late. They have each other scouted to a high degree. Ooh, brainbuster by AJ Styles. Goes for the pinfall. Is this enough? It is not. Finn Balor will not lose the title that easily. Although, that is not to discredit the maneuver of a brainbuster. Big reversal roll away from Finn Balor. Oh, 1916! He hits it. Formerly called the Bloody Sunday, 1916. 1. Is this enough? AJ Styles will not be put away that easy either. And once again, I must point out, when I say that easy, that's not a knock on the moves or the guys doing them. These two just won't be put away with moves that would put the regular competitor away. You need to get your finisher, or maybe two of them on these guys to put them away. Oh my goodness. One. Is this enough? That, I believe, was a variation of the Bloody Sunday of the 1916. AJ Styles pulled out. Not the reversed variation, but the forwards variation, which you could argue is more damaging. Puts your neck in a worse position. Trying to beat Finn Balor with his own move, perhaps playing a little bit of mind games with his friend in there. Oh, big kendo shot to the head, and another one. And then, ooh, that one was caught, reversed by AJ Styles, and now he's in the driver's seat. Finn Balor rolling out of the way, but he cannot avoid that one. Avoids the one in the corner. Very back and forth matchup. This whole match has been very back and forth from the get-go, which is what we love to see. Big missile drop kick into the corner. Is he setting up for the coup de grace from the top rope? No, he just goes for the pin. Very interesting. Will this be enough? Perhaps he had a little bit of insight. Perhaps AJ Styles has a bad back. Perhaps AJ Styles being drop kicked into the turnbuckles activated that back issue. Maybe that's why he went for the pin. Or maybe he thought, AJ will be expecting a coup de grace right after this, and he didn't want to get reversed. Big chop block to the front of the knee there to Finn Balor, which will definitely eliminate some of the explosiveness of Finn Balor. And if he were to connect with a coup de grace in the remainder of the matchup, surely the force of it would be lessened if he was even able to get the move off. Big kick out by Finn Balor there, leaving it a little late. Not even a big enough move, really. But the match has been going on a little bit, and that fatigue and that wear and tear and that pain is building up. The adrenaline can only hold back so much of that pain. Brainbuster, yet again by AJ Styles, really targeting the head and neck of Finn Balor. And now he wants him up. He wants that phenomenal forearm. Is he going to get it? Yes, he does. Is this going to be the end of the match? Are we going to see a new champion goes for the pin? Will this be it? And that is enough to put away Finn Balor. AJ Styles, as you can see the highlights of the match, hard-hitting matchup. That was not enough to put AJ Styles away. Neither was that to put Finn Balor away. Bloody Sunday 1916, whatever you want to call it, was not enough. Finn Balor just kicking out. Finn Balor once again with the missile dropkick into the corner, and he went for the pin after that, which might have been a mistake looking back on it now. As Greg Hamilton is announcing we have a new United States champion, AJ Styles. Incredible match. Congratulations to the new champion. But into yet another title match. Raw Women's Championship is on the line in a first blood match. Asuka defending her Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. I believe this may be the first ever first blood match between women in the WWE. The Raw Women's Championship on the line. Here comes Rhea Ripley, who recently joined the Judgment Day. There she is, adorned in the black and purple of her new group. This is her brutality. And she's coming for that championship. Rhea Ripley, of course, had a series of matches with Asuka, which ended in a couple draws, leading to both of them challenging for the Women's Championship in a triple threat match at Backlash, I believe. Am I remembering shit right? Oh, I shouldn't swear on air. My mistake. Don't fire me, please. You don't have anybody to replace me, so I don't think you have the balls to fire me, but I'm not going to challenge you like I just did. But, I'm trying to remember correctly here. Once again, my notes are not with me, and to break the fourth wall a little bit, it's been like a year. I have some sort of notes. I have a notepad, which I'm looking through. Let's see if my notepad has anything to say about this. Becky Lynch faced Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship at Backlash. Becky Lynch winning the championship. At Money in the Bank, we had a triple threat match. Asuka, Becky Lynch, and Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch defending. Asuka claiming that Becky Lynch got lucky and she wanted another shot. Rhea Ripley claiming that she deserved a shot and there should have been a new challenger. Asuka and Rhea Ripley had a series of matches that did not end in a decisive winner between them, which led to the Raw General Manager deciding a triple threat match at the event. And as such, that match was held, where Asuka won the championship by submitting Becky Lynch, if my memory serves correct. But what is not debatable about my memory is that Becky Lynch was the one defeated by Asuka in that match. Because Rhea Ripley, the very next night, on Monday Night Raw, was petitioning to the GM that she was not pinned in that match, and we still didn't know who the better woman was between her and Asuka, so she wanted a one-on-one shot at the Women's Championship. In the build-up to the match, Rhea Ripley played part in an attack on Cody Rhodes, which we'll touch upon a little bit later, thus announcing that she had joined the Judgment Day. And she claimed that since she was the new blood in the Judgment Day, she wanted to draw blood from Asuka to win the match, and thus the first blood match was declared between the two. Once again, I'm talking over the announcers. Who are those schmucks? Stop showing them. They're not calling the match. Show me some respect. On that microphone, in that ring. Now, we'll see who the better woman is in this matchup. There won't be a double countout in this matchup. There won't be a draw in an Iron Woman match in this matchup. This matchup has to end decisively one way or another. One of these women has to draw the blood of the other woman to win this match. As I was saying before the match started, I believe this is the first time a first blood match has occurred between women in this company. And it will be a violent matchup. Rhea Ripley showing a more brutal side of her than we've already seen, because she was brutal enough as is. A sinister, twisted side of herself after aligning with the Judgment Day, joining the ranks of Edge, the Omnipotent One, of Priest, the Punisher, the Executioner, the Bailiff of the Judgment Day, and of Malachi Black, the recently returned prodigal son. She joins the ranks of three very esteemed, very high-level athletes, she herself being one of them. And with a female member of their group, they have every chance in the world to take over this company and take all the gold in it, if they so please. Edge, of course, is mostly focused on regaining the championship that he never lost. But Rhea Ripley tonight is focused on regaining this Raw Women's Championship. Big kicks to the face. Big punch to the face by Asuka. A German suplex, baby. Asuka getting the strikes in on Rhea Ripley. That is her main method of offense. The striking. The quick, the strong strikes, the precision. Very highly trained is Asuka in striking combat. Rhea Ripley, on the other hand, can strike, but she prefers to manhandle a woman. Or woman handle, you could say. She prefers to get control of her opponent and toss them around and dominate them until they lose all their will to stay in the match, and she either pins them or makes them submit. She aims to beat the life and the light out of anybody she comes in the ring against. Asuka with the Asuka lock, although this lock does not bode well for Asuka, because you can't win by submission in this match. Yes, you could incapacitate the opponent and knock them out, but by cutting off the flow of blood to the head, the most common way people win these first blood matches is by a cut to the head. If you're cutting off the supply of the blood to the head, you'd think there's less blood for you to draw. I mean, the blood will rush back after you release the hold, but, you know, I'm just trying to sound smart, because I know I'm not. Why do you think I'm a wrestling commentator? I'm sorry. Back to the match. Big leg drop by Rhea Ripley. Scorpion Deathlock, I believe. Or Cloverleaf or something. I don't know what that's called. I probably should, being that I am a wrestling commentator, but I already established that I'm not smart, so... Ooh, big reversal from Asuka. Once again, the submissions, they help you break down the opponent a little bit, maybe get some mind games going. Maybe if you target the knee and get their knee flaring up, they're going to be less protective of their head because they're just trying to prevent long-term damage to the knee. Because, you know, a busted open head to lose the match, that's the match lost. A torn ACL, ruptured kneecap, that's months to a year of your career lost. So they have to weigh up those odds, those consequences, if you do attack the joints. So there is some credence to that method there. Attacking the elbow and the arm in general there. Big kick to the stomach. Rhea Ripley, pump handle slam. Pump handle bomb, you might want to call that. Whatever it was, it did not feel good, I can promise you that. For Asuka, that move did not feel good, I can promise you that. I don't know what Rhea Ripley's doing here, maybe sizing up the opponent, once again going to the knees, the lower back perhaps as well, depending on the angle or double that she cranks in the hold. Once again wearing down Asuka. Big leg drop. And stomps to the head, stomps to the face. That might be how you draw blood. If you get a good heel of your foot at the right angular devil, to the orbital, to the eye socket, to the nose, the bridge, either the sides, or, you know, break that nose, cause a nosebleed, that's it. That's the match done. You know, fracture a little orbital bone, if it bleeds to the outside, that's done. Arm trapped belly to belly there. Very impressive by Asuka, especially performing that maneuver on somebody so much larger than her, taller, more muscular. She had to really lift her over her head. She did have an advantage in the starting position with her hips being lower, so she did have that nice grounded lower position to get the momentum from. Rhea Ripley tapping out to the Asuka lock. Of course, that does not end the match. But if this were a regular matchup, Asuka would still be your champion. This match would be over. Perhaps Rhea Ripley, knowing that she couldn't lose, tapped out to save herself from further damage. Or perhaps she had so much that she just couldn't take anymore and thought she was going to pass out if she didn't tap. Perhaps that was it. Arm trapped suplex there. Or head trapped suplex, excuse me. Face lock suplex, something like that. I should know all the moves, and I absolutely do not. Chair for Rhea Ripley to the stomach of Asuka. Beating her down, drops the chair. Where's she going? For the steel steps. Now, if you catch somebody in the right area of the head with these, that could be the match over. Realistically, that could be a career over if you're really, really efficient with that strike. Those heavy steel steps, dense steel steps, they're not that dense though, they're kind of hollow, I think. But those heavy steel steps, that's metal, folks. Right to the head. Is she bleeding? Is she bleeding? Is that the match? It doesn't look like she is. Referee's not calling it. Rhea Ripley perhaps was hoping that that would be enough for the blood. Maybe she's checking. Oh my goodness. Just tossing the steel steps onto the lifeless body of Asuka. Big boot to the head. She's really turning up the brutality in this match. And she's doing a lot of damage. She's bringing a chair in. I think she wants this over. I think she wants that title. And she wants to draw the blood that's going to bring it to her. Big interception. That strike of the chair could have been it. But Asuka fighting back. She's not going to lose that title that easy. But maybe she will. If Rhea Ripley has anything to say about her. Rhea Ripley, Asuka was fighting back. Oh my goodness. That's... Oh my... Asuka lives to fight another day. No, she doesn't. That, I believe, just grazed the knee. Maybe just missed. Look, there's no life in Asuka's eyes. And the ref can't call the match off unless there's blood. This is, Asuka's not in a good spot here, folks. Asuka, but she's a resilient champion. And is she bleeding? It doesn't look like it. She's still fighting. She wants that championship. She's not going to let it down. She's not going to let it go easily. She's going to fight back. And she's been through hell in Japan. Oh, my goodness. She's taking so much trauma to the head. Rhea Ripley knows that her best shot of cutting her open and drawing blood is shots to the face and to the forehead. And she's honing in. And, oh my goodness, this is tough to watch, folks. Chair dropped. Asuka finding a fire inside of her, and these fans are behind her. They want her to come back. Look at this. She's raising them. She's calling them to cheer her on, give her the energy. But Rhea Ripley one step ahead. This oh my goodness. Rhea Ripley once again to the chair. What's she doing? She has the chair there. She just threw it and then climbed to the second turnbuckle. I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure what she's doing here. Oh, big boot or kick to the stomach reversed. Oh, forearm to the head. Okay. Okay. Asuka, to her credit, she's fighting back. She's trying to resolve this. Oh, into the Asuka lock. But once again, the Asuka lock. What is this? What is... Kevin Dunn, what are you doing, man? Oh, kick to the head. Kick to the head. Big boot once again. If Asuka doesn't have a concussion after this match, it'll be a miracle. The amount of damage, the amount of trauma, the amount of force that she's taken to her head, I don't know what that was either. I don't know why Kevin Dunn's trying to be like... I don't know, maybe he wants those guys that watch the... Oh my goodness. Maybe he wants those guys that watch the other company to be like, oh, video game, let me watch, haha. But we don't do that here. We do real wrestling here. My goodness. Asuka, to her credit, she's a fighting champion. She's fighting back. Oh, big move. Big hip attack. Asuka. And the elbow to the head once again. And the elbow again to the head. The amount of trauma that head of hers is receiving. It'll be a miracle if she doesn't have a concussion at the end of this. She might be concussed right now, but fighting through it because she's just so tough. But she is starting to get a little bit of offense. Maybe she can turn it around. Going to the top rope. Big splash. Once again, not going to help on the blood aspect. Or potentially it could. Maybe cause some internal bleeding if you do enough damage to the abdomen. Maybe, but it's a long shot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, this is rough. The crowd are in shock at what they're seeing. Rhea Ripley, Asuka's out of it, folks. She's just... If the ref could just call the match. Oh my goodness, just the stomps with the chair on the head. Oh my goodness. The camera's not showing it. I think that's for the best. Watching this in person, it's brutal. The ring... Okay, the referee rung the bell. I think Asuka's bleeding. The match is done. The match is done. Get some doctors out here, man. Get some doctors to check on Asuka. And Rhea Ripley, very proud of her work. Of course she is. Of course she is. You probably just shortened the career of another individual. I'm sure you're proud of yourself, Rhea. I'm sure you are. Congratulations are in order to the new champion, but we need to get some professionals out here for Asuka. We need to get her to a hospital or get our doctors to check on her or something, because the lights are on but nobody's home. She's not in good shape, folks. But we'll try and move on. After what we just saw, this match might be just as brutal, but we'll have to wait and see. Last man standing, Edge versus Cody Rhodes. The winner of this match faces Roman Reigns. As we learned earlier tonight, the winner faces Roman Reigns at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. Once again, like I mentioned earlier, here comes Edge on his mountain of omnipotence. Now, as I mentioned briefly earlier, Edge cost Cody Rhodes the Money in the Bank. And it was revealed by Edge himself the next night on Raw that he cost Cody Rhodes the Money in the Bank because Roman Reigns offered him a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship if he did. Roman Reigns does not want Cody Rhodes challenging him for his World Heavyweight Championship. Some say he's scared or nervous to lose the title. Some say he just doesn't think Cody Rhodes belongs here and he belongs back in the other pissant company. His words, not mine. But at the end of the day, Edge wants the title he never lost. Edge knows he doesn't have forever left in this industry. His career got cut short once, and it could every time he steps in the ring. So he wants to work towards the title that he never lost. So when Roman Reigns presented that opportunity to him, he took it. But the general manager didn't let that slide. And he instead made a gauntlet match that night. Cody Rhodes, presumably at the request or demand of Roman Reigns, was the first man in the gauntlet. Edge came in at number 5. Cody Rhodes defeated the likes, I believe, of Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, and The Miz in that matchup before Edge came in and eliminated him. And then a returning Samoa Joe earned that tables match that we saw earlier tonight. But these two, they have unfinished business. And they knew it. They both want that title, and Cody wants Roman Reigns. And in order to get to him, they had an agreement. The general manager agreed to it as well. They would face off tonight in a last man standing match, and the winner goes on to SummerSlam to face Roman Reigns. Big offense from Edge right out of the gate. Interesting. There you go. Now, with Judgment Day existing and operating in the way that they do, there's always a risk, there's always that fear in the back of your mind for Cody Rhodes. Big Cody cutter early in the match. Early in the match, a big Cody cutter. But Edge, early enough in the match that he's fresh enough that he gets right back up. Wow. With the way that Judgment Day operates, you always have to ask, are we going to see Damian Priest get involved tonight? Are we going to see Malachi Black get involved tonight? Because you never know. You never know. Judgment Day carried out an attack on Cody Rhodes backstage this past Monday on Raw, if I'm remembering correctly. And is Cody 100%? Who knows? I don't think he is, but Cody, that's not going to stop him. He's fought through hell to get back here, and he has his eyes set on Roman Reigns, and he's going to keep climbing the ladder. He's going to keep going through whatever obstacle gets put in front of him to try and get his hands on Roman Reigns and get his hands on that World Heavyweight Championship. Ooh, big Enziguri springboard. Pummeling Edge now on the floor. And now he goes after the arm. Big knee to the bend of the arm, the ditch, you might call it. Big stomp. Perhaps taking a... Wow, that was a springboard moonsault off the bottom rope, was that not? Did my eyes deceive me? That's incredible athleticism from Cody Rhodes. As I was attempting to say before I interrupted myself by that just feat of athleticism, perhaps that stomp to the head is something that he borrowed, that he learned under the tutelage of one Randy Orton in his Legacy days. Perhaps that was something. The ref at a 4 count here. Is Edge out of it already? It'd be surprising, you'd think. 6 count already. Is this going to be a quick one? Okay, he's up. He's up. There it is. Oh, boom, boom. Oh, flurry of strikes from Edge. Flurry of strikes from Edge. There he is. Okay. Oh, big kick to the underside of the leg. There he is, neck breaker. Now, as I've mentioned, Edge wants the title that he never lost, and he is obsessed with that title. Back in 2021, he had an opportunity that got interrupted by the addition of Daniel Bryan. Then he had another opportunity that Seth Rollins cost him the match. This is his first opportunity, if he can win this match, to fight for that title since that match a year ago. But he has to beat Cody Rhodes to get there, and that is no light task. That is no easy task. I was gonna say maybe it's the commentator's curse because it didn't look like Cody was getting up, but he did in fact get up for that one. Edge taunting here. There he is, trying to get in the head of maybe the crowd. If in his mind Cody's incapacitated, then I don't know why he would be trying to get in the head of Cody. But Cody rallying here on the shoulders of Edge, slides down underneath. What's he gonna do? Big blow to the lower back, to the upper back, turns him around, kick to the stomach. What's he gonna do? Gringo Killer? Vertebraker, Kudo Driver, whatever you want to call it. That move, I don't know why I said move like that, but that move is devastating. One of the greatest cruiserweights of all time, Gregory Helms, used that maneuver under the name of the Vertebraker. Gringo Killer was the name of the move when Homicide was using it elsewhere in the wrestling world. The Kudo Driver is the original name that originated, I believe, from Japan, as so many incredible moves do. Such a great wrestling culture. This match has been very, very methodical, very, very slower paced. Each man, instead of putting out a bunch of small moves and then a big move, they're trying to get that one big move to get things done quickly. And a spear from Edge. Didn't even take a big run up. And now he's taunting to the crowd. Maybe he thinks that he's won it. Nope, because he just attacked Cody. I thought he was going for the pin. I was going to say, Edge, you know better than that, but then he might hear me and sick the Judgment Day on me, so I'll keep my voice a little bit quiet there. Is this going to be it? At a count of 4. Up to 5. Up to a count of 6. Cody Rhodes not moving much, but he does get up. He's going to beat the count. But Edge isn't going to let him get to his feet fully before he attacks him yet again. Rolls him over. Big kick to the lower back. Another stomp. Cody Rhodes, though, catches that one. Big knee screwdriver. Corkscrew knee drive. Something like that. Here we go. Kick to the stomach. What's he going to do here? Irish whip. Onto the apron. Big punch. Edge hangs on. Big drop kick. Edge drops to the side. Now, what is Cody Rhodes going to do? Is he just going to take this time to regroup? The count is going to go. You'd think that Edge will get up from this, but you never know. Maybe he had a really bad fall on a part of his back and his spine seized up. You never know. Maybe he's out there and he just can't move. You never know. This is not ballet, folks. Sometimes the simplest looking moves that you see every day end your career. Or put it on hold for a good amount of time. Up for the powerbomb, but Cody Rhodes escapes. Went for something there, but Edge blocked up and throws Cody into the steps. What's he going to do now? He's going to leave him. He's going to go into the ring. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? He's going to point to his head. He knows. He believes in his intelligence, Edge. He thinks he's above everybody inside of his head, which makes him above everybody in the ring. Because if he's better in his head, he just needs to apply it. But Cody Rhodes isn't going to stay down. Not easy. You're going to have to put Cody Rhodes down. He's not just going to stay down. Oh, sharp DDT. Now Edge standing over a fallen Cody Rhodes. Taunting yet again. Pulling the hair back. Does he want him to get up? It looks like he does, but you'd think that he'd want him to stay down so he could win the match. Up to a count of 7. Cody Rhodes barely stirring. There he goes. He raises himself back up. What's Edge going to do here? Lifts him up onto his shoulder. Perhaps a power slam. Tosses him to the outside of the ring. That is a hard landing for Cody Rhodes. The ref not starting his count. And speak of the devil. Edge staying inside the ring now. Cody Rhodes on the outside. His right foot, some movement. His right leg, up to a count of 6. His legs are stirring a little bit. Up to a count of 8. Is this going to be it? Up to a count of 9. Cody Rhodes could not get up. Edge is your winner. No interference needed, which is surprising to be fair. Good back and forth match. Each man pulling out really big moves and seeing if that was the one. Perhaps not as high speed of a match as you'd expect out of the two, but they both took this very methodically and tried to do big moves and then take the rest in between. Perhaps to not empty the gas tank out so that they could get up and keep trying. But just Edge picked up Cody, threw him on his shoulder, and just threw him all the way from the top of the ring down to the mat. that thin layer of matte padding that covers the concrete floor, and Cody Rhodes landed without anything to break his fall. Edge going to SummerSlam to face Roman Reigns. Perhaps Cody Rhodes' injuries from his attack on Raw played a factor in that match. We'll never know. He's not one to make excuses, but we have to move on from that one, and we go on to this one. Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks.
The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yes, it is.
For the SmackDown Women's Championship.
That is correct. Now, Sasha Banks, originally slated to be the special guest referee for this matchup, but it appears that Charlotte used whatever pull that she had and got her reduced more so to a special guest enforcer. She will be in and around the ring, ringside, making sure that nobody breaks the rules. If the first referee by any means gets incapacitated, then Sasha will be able to come into the ring and count a fall or call a submission. But her role, as of just a couple hours before the event started, got changed because Charlotte Flair used perhaps Daddy's credentials. I'll go there to get things changed. And to break the fourth wall, it's because special guest referee matches don't exist. And as such, Sasha Banks will be at ringside ensuring that nobody cheats. But when we say nobody, we mean this woman right here. The SmackDown Women's Champion. We've lost count of how many times she's won it at this point because she keeps winning the thing. Charlotte Flair. One of the absolute best women in this industry. But she resorts to cheating her way out of tough situations. Maybe because she doesn't believe that she has what it takes in order to persevere through it, or maybe just because she doesn't want to put in the effort. Maybe she thinks she's above everyone, so she doesn't have to try as hard. She was spoon-fed success, the silver spoon analogy. And now she wants to ease her way through the toughest challenges that present themselves to her. But Sasha Banks is here tonight to try and ensure that that doesn't happen. Sasha Banks faced Charlotte Flair at Backlash for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca Belair faced Charlotte Flair at the first SmackDown after WrestleMania 38 to unify the titles. Bianca Belair winning the Raw Women's Championship from Becky Lynch. Sasha Banks was not on the card. I don't think. No, she was. For the women's tag titles, but those got retired right after Mania. I'm not really remembering correctly. But what I do remember is Charlotte Flair cheated to defeat Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. On the next SmackDown, she cheated when her and Bianca were drafted to the same brand and they needed to unify their titles. She cheated to beat Bianca Belair. At Backlash, when she faced Sasha Banks, when Sasha Banks looked like she had her number and had the match won, Charlotte Flair walked away and got herself intentionally counted out, taking the loss, but retaining the championship in the process. Sasha Banks earned her way to another shot at the title, and in this time, a steel cage match was set for Money in the Bank, which was intended to ensure that Charlotte Flair does not cheat, but Charlotte Flair thought ahead and hid a pair of handcuffs in the ring apron. And when that steel cage came down and trapped them in, she grabbed those steel handcuffs near the end of the match, tied Sasha into the corner, and escaped the cage to retain her championship. Sasha Banks, in her quest to earn another shot, kept getting interfered with by Charlotte Flair. A couple weeks ago on SmackDown, we had a Fatal 4-Way match to determine who would be facing Charlotte Flair, and it was decided that it would be Bianca Belair. Or was that this past week? It was this past week, excuse me. On the SmackDown after Money in the Bank, it was announced that those 4 spots in that Fatal 4-Way would be earned in matches. Sasha Banks had an opportunity against Shayna Baszler, which Charlotte Flair interfered in, leading to the win of Shayna Baszler. The next week, she had a match with Bayley to get in, which again featured interference by none other than Charlotte Flair. The next week on SmackDown, she had one last chance to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way for the last spot against Liv Morgan, with the general manager stating that if Charlotte Flair got involved yet again and attacked and interfered with Charlotte and attacked Sasha Banks, she would be stripped of the Women's Championship. So instead, Charlotte Flair blatantly attacked Liv Morgan in front of Sasha and the referee to cause a disqualification win for Liv Morgan. Meaning, Sasha Banks was out of the Fatal 4-Way and didn't have a chance to earn another shot. Bianca Belair, however, won the Fatal 4-Way, and after that, we learned that it would be a special guest referee, which was once again now turned into a special guest enforcer thanks to the Queen herself. So that's my play-by-play for this match done, basically, other than other comments I'll make. Let's start getting some of that, sorry, that was my color commentary. Do I know what I'm doing at this commentary booth? Why did WWE hire me, dude? Let's get some play-by-play in. Figure 4, is she going to turn into the figure 8? She's going to try and bridge into the figure 8. She is. My goodness. Is this going to be the match? Is this going to be the match? Bianca fighting out of it. Bianca's not going to get pinned or submitted that easy. It's a submission. Learn what you're doing, pal. Bianca Belair breaks out here. Lifting her up for a suplex. Carrying her above her, showing that strength. Squatting down. I mean, range of motion could be better. Come on, Bianca, you know that. Then again, that's just a weight proportion distribution above your head that's nuts. So just being able to like half squat is crazy. Glam throw, I guess you could call that. It's not a glam slam because she didn't sit out with it. Goes for a pinfall. Is this enough? It is not. Charlotte Flair kicks out. Keeps fighting to retain the championship. Bianca Belair goes to the top rope. 450, but the knees up by Charlotte Flair and hits her with the strut. Ooh, is the call of the crowd and Charlotte Flair herself. But Bianca really back up to it. Oh, into the corner. Charlotte Flair reeling in the corner, stomps in the corner, stomping a mud hole and walking it dry. Some might say. Bianca Belair is really putting the work in on her. Attacking the legs. And you know what? That's a very smart strategy there by Bianca Belair, because if the legs are weakened of Charlotte Flair, she won't be able to tie in the figure 8 as tightly as she might be able to. Which means if she is to lock it in again, it won't be as effective. Very arrogant pin by Charlotte Flair there. That's not going to beat Bianca Belair. Just such arrogance on display by the self-proclaimed Queen Charlotte Flair. What's she doing here? Perhaps she was going for the figure 8 there, but Bianca Belair scouted it, saw it coming, reversed it, tripped her up. Oh, nice teardrop suplex. Or a Saito. What's this going to be? Straight jacket sort of thing. Up onto the shoulders. Oh, wrenching it in. Perhaps trying to choke her out with this move. Incredible. Is this going to be it? Is she going to tap? Nope. Elbows, I believe. The camera's not really showing it too well. Thanks, Kevin Dunn. She's reeling. She's covering up. Or maybe she was playing possum. Ooh, big slap by Bianca Belair. Is this going to be the KOD? Oh, hits her with the KOD. Is this it? Do we have a new champion? Do we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion? Oh my goodness. How on earth did Charlotte Flair kick out of that one? That's a move that has put away some of the greatest women's wrestlers that we've seen in this company. Wrenching on the arm. Okay, Kevin Dunn, thank you. Appreciate you. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, Sasha getting in the ring. Are those steel... Oh! Oh my goodness, what's going on? Slap to the face! Turns around. Oh! Bianca Belair into the KOD. I believe what I saw there, going for the pin, is this it? Do we have a new champion? There it is! And new! I'm not sure why Kevin Dunn's saying Sasha Banks won the match. She was a referee. Kevin Dunn, man, you're being more unprofessional than me tonight. I know we're in a small arena and we weren't supposed to be here, and it's just kind of like, you know. But we're still putting on a professional show here. We've got an incredible card tonight. These wrestlers are performing. And you're putting it out there like she didn't win the match on her own. I believe Charlotte Flair pulled out the brass knuckles to use. A little foreign weapon in there. Foreign item. But Sasha Banks was scanning from the outside and saw it and didn't let her do it. And then Charlotte swung at Sasha. Now Sasha could have just let her hit her and disqualified her, but she knew that wasn't going to end in the title changing hands. So she reversed it, slapped the taste out of her mouth, turned around to the KOD, and now we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion in Bianca Belair. Incredible, incredible match between two highly rated, highly skilled opponents. And it is now time, ladies and gentlemen, for our main event of the evening. The WWE Championship being defended by Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, against John Cena. Let's make these introductions. Here is not the champ anymore. Hasn't been for a while. But here is John Cena. Excuse me. Comes down to the ring. Now, John Cena returned to the WWE for making mediocre movies because he saw somebody that he saw potential in. And his name is the Black John Cena, Brendan Cabina. John Cena came back with the goal of mentoring Brendan Cabina, preparing him for stardom in the WWE, and forming a tag team with him, Cena Squared, in pursuit of the tag team championships. Now, after going through the tag team division and experiencing great success in the division, winning a bunch of matches in a row, they earned themselves a shot at the tag team championships. And tonight was scheduled originally, briefly, for the tag team title match earlier to be William Regal and Cesaro versus Cena Squared. However, in the last few weeks, the Hurt Business has been trying to recruit Brendan Cabina. To no avail. He has remained loyal to John Cena. And in an attempt to maybe cause some tension in the tag team of Cena Squared, Bobby Lashley and MVP, the Hurt Business, offered John Cena a shot at the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules tonight if he were to forfeit the tag title opportunity that he and Cabina won to Cedric and Shelton Benjamin. And John Cena thought about it hard and decided to take that deal. And he apologized to Brendan Cabina afterwards, but he said, listen, I'm not getting any younger. This might be my last chance to break the title record. I need to take this opportunity. I'm sorry, I hope you understand. But if I win this match, like we'll go right back to tag teaming after this. And Brendan Cabina told him, I understand, John. This is an opportunity you can't pass up. I support you 100%. So that is where we are tonight. The mind games did not work. The Hurt Business did not create that divide. Brendan Cabina, the Black John Cena, is in full support of John Cena, pursuing the 17th World Championship in his career. But in order to do so, he's going to have to defeat the Walking Apocalypse. He's going to have to defeat the Almighty
Introducing the champion,
Bobby Lashley in an Extreme Rules match.
weighing in at 270.
Look at those eyes, those focused eyes.
He is the WWE undisputed
Imagine standing across the ring from that man and thinking, I have to beat him tonight. Because if I don't, he's going to beat me. That's a terrifying thought. But John Cena's up to the challenge, one of the greatest of all time. 16-time world champion. Former United States champion. Tag team champion once upon a time. Certified Hall of Famer when the time comes. He has tied Ric Flair's record of 16 world championships. And he aims tonight to break that record with number 17. Will he do it? Let's find out. Here we are. The Hurt Business already having a success earlier in the night, winning the tag team titles. Will it be 2 for 2 for the Hurt Business tonight? Or will it be a failure by the leader? We'll have to wait and see. Starting off strong here, stomping to John Cena. These men have a bit of a past. In 2007, they faced off at the Great American Bash pay-per-view for the WWE Championship. Back then, John Cena was the one holding the title, and Cena came out victorious on that one. Now, a lot of time has passed. Bobby Lashley left, spent some time in MMA, spent some time in another company, and he came back. And he struggled a little bit when he came back, striking the snot out of John Cena there. Bobby Lashley, when he first came back to the WWE, he struggled a little bit to find his place. He struggled a little bit to find his identity. He seemed to be afraid to embrace the carnage inside of him, the destruction that lied inside of him. He wanted to come back and do that. He wanted to come back and be a man of the people. He wanted to come back and get the fans on board again. And because of that, he wasn't as brutal as he could be. He wasn't as dominant as he could be, as destructive as he could be. He didn't leave a path of bodies behind him as he should have done on his way to a championship. Going for the pinfall here, not enough. Instead, he was floundering a little bit until MVP got his hands on him and saw the potential of the Almighty, of Walking Armageddon, of the Walking Apocalypse that is Bobby Lashley. And MVP's guidance and tutelage and mentorship, his advice, his counsel, helped Bobby Lashley unlock what his true potential has been from the start. And he has fulfilled it. He has left a path of destruction in the company. Multiple-time WWE champion. Current WWE champion. Belly-to-belly from John Cena to the current WWE champion. And he's looked dominant. Lashley has since having MVP by his side. And since he's had the Hurt Business around him. A group of very successful men destined to continue their success for as long as they can. Now, John Cena, on the other hand, of course, like I said, 16-time world champion, no slouch, has defeated some of the absolute greatest in this company, and he gets the Singapore Cane. Belly to belly, into the pinfall, Bobby Lashley. Is this enough? Kick out at 1. John Cena's not going down that easy. His hairline is, though. That bald spot is alarming. Sorry, John. My hairline's going the other way, so. I need to feel better about myself, so I'm calling yours out. But, big strikes, unprotected to the side of the head by Lashley. John Cena trying to fight back, misses with the clothesline. Lock up into the corner. Cena hoists Lashley onto the top rope, kick away from Lashley, doesn't want to be up there. Not on the receiving end of whatever was happening. Went for a suplex, you would assume, but Cena gets out of it. DDT. Goes for the pinfall. Is this enough? Kick out at 1. Not enough. Cena surprised. I don't really think he should be. I think he should probably know that that wouldn't be enough to put away Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley into the Hurt Lock. What is this? How's this going to go? Oh, he's wrenching it in. He's wrenching it in. What's going on here? He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. You know what? He wants to beat him up some more. He wasn't tapping. He doesn't want the pass out win. He just wants to beat him up some more. A Dominator. Dominator by Lashley. This is it. Oh my goodness, John Cena. Oh my goodness. I mean, we can all agree that John Cena is past his prime. His prime is past. He's not the Cena of old. And he's still a very formidable opponent, but even I thought that was done. Oh my goodness. Onto the apron, the hardest part of the ring. That's just metal there, folks. That's the edge of the canvas with some metal supports. And that hurts. No other way to put it. Just like everything else in this business, in this industry, in this sport, it hurts. Just like that steel sledgehammer to the knee. Okay, he's holding them. Ooh, onto the... Repaying the favor with the apron there. Knee drop across the chest, across the chin. Attacking the arm. That's the arm that Lashley spears with, so there is some merit to that. He's striking with it just fine, so probably hasn't done enough damage just yet, John Cena. But that abdomen of John Cena has taken a lot of damage from that step right there. That is the edge of a steel step right into your abdominals. That takes the wind out of you, folks. And if that breaks a rib, then you're having trouble breathing for the rest of the match, and for the rest of the week, and for the rest of the month until that heals. Oh, back onto the apron face first this time instead of the back. Once again, those schmucks, I don't know if maybe they're recording alternate documentary for a show on the network or something, where it's like, hey, here's the product, but less is good. Because, I mean, I'm the best commentator that they have here. Let's be honest. That's why I'm the one commentating the main feed of this show. Belly to belly from Lashley there. Claw to the trapezius muscles, which might affect John Cena's ability not only to hit in the STF if he were to try and win by submission, but maybe lifting Lashley onto his shoulders for the attitude adjustment. Big belly to belly by John Cena into the pinfall. Is this it? Kick out at 1. Lashley is just... John Cena pulls out a big move and Lashley acts like it's nothing. It must be demoralizing to John Cena. Oh my goodness! Oh, that is a baseball bat, folks. But Lashley, that just infuriated him. He felt the first couple, and then after, he's like, no, I'm not taking this. He got up, and now he grabbed the sledgehammer, and he's going after him. Into the abdomen, once again, could bruise a rib, break a rib. That causes a lot of breathing issues, and if you can't breathe, it's very hard to fight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, attacking the abdomen, and perhaps softening it up for a spear later on to finish off the match. You never know. But Lashley picking up Cena. They're on the outside of the ring. Cena into the steps, repaying the favor from earlier. Now it is Lashley's time to have some trouble breathing for a bit while John Cena goes around the ring, grabs another weapon, and to gain his breath, and then he's sprinting, so just using the breath that he just gathered there. Oh my goodness. Flurry of attacks from Bobby Lashley. Ooh, that... My goodness, he just broke it across his back, the kendo stick. Oh my god. The damage inflicted by Bobby Lashley. That could have been very bad. He could have flung him across the steps. But Cena got away because maybe he knew that was what was coming. Ooh, big neck breaker there. Half Nelson into a neck breaker. Very innovative from John Cena. Don't think he's ever pulled that out. That might be the 6th or 7th move he's added to his arsenal. Now going for the baseball bat, running after Lashley. Doesn't want to give him too much time to recover, and he's hitting him with the bat. Lashley once again. Oh, across the forehead. My goodness, that's a concussion waiting to happen. And Cena is just unleashing frustration on the champion. My goodness, John. What has gotten into him? He wants that 17th title. But Lashley gets up, infuriated. Maybe a flurry of... Oh, and back into that Half Nelson. Is Lashley bleeding? It's hard to tell, but I think he might be. Cena back at it with the baseball strikes. Oh, across the head again. My goodness. Maybe Cena realized again. Maybe Cena realized that he's not going to beat the Walking Apocalypse with wrestling moves. Maybe he realized he needs to get dirty with it and needs some help with some foreign objects. Maybe that is what Cena's realizing. Cena's in-ring talent, you know, might have been a question to some throughout his career. But his mind for the business is what put him up there, too. Maybe he lacked a little bit in-ring talent, but he knew when and when to strike, when and where to strike, what kind of offense to use when he could do it. So maybe he wasn't as technically proficient, but he was mentally proficient. And I think he's utilizing that here. But Bobby Lashley coming back, perhaps survived the onslaught. John Cena maybe doesn't want that to be the case. Exchanging kicks to the head here. Boom, stepping on the arm. Okay. Raising him overhand. Oh, onto the gut there. Once again, softening up the abdomen. Once again, folks, if you cannot breathe, it is very hard to fight. Lashley is absolutely busted open, by the way. Big belly to belly. We have confirmation from that angle or devil of the camera that was just there. Lashley's calling for it. He wants to end it. He wants to end it. He's stomping on him. He's softening him up. Perhaps a dominator. Perhaps a spear. Who knows what awaits. A big delayed suplex. Showing his strength this late into the match. And after getting so badly beaten by that baseball bat, Lashley still has the strength to raise a 250-plus pound man over his shoulder and hold him. Tired, beaten, bloody. And he's still got that strength. And he just deadlifts him off the ground like that into a running power slam. My goodness, this man is an animal. They don't call him the Almighty for no reason. They don't call him the Walking Apocalypse, Walking Armageddon for no reason. But John Cena, oh my goodness, showing off the strength as well. Powerbomb. My God. The amount of high offense these guys are using this late into the match after being this beat up is insane. They're not fighting cruiserweights, folks. They're not fighting men who are, you know, muscular, but they're lean. And they don't weigh as much. These are big, heavyweight sons of bitches. Excuse my French. And they're lifting each other up like it's the first second of the match. Like they're fresh. My goodness. Big powerbomb by Lashley. And now he wants you to know to kiss his ass. He doesn't care what any of you think. He's going to dominate on his way to glory. He stopped caring what the fans thought a long time ago. He only cares about what's in his bank account and the success. The gold around his waist. The gold around his wrist. The suit on his body that you could only afford if you took out a bank loan. He can afford paying out of pocket cash like it's nothing. It's chump change to him because of his success. That's what he cares about. John Cena getting beaten a little bit here. Strikes. Oh, reversed by Cena. Turning the tables on Lashley. Perhaps making the cut on Lashley's forehead worse. It's not getting any better, that's for sure. Hurricane Rana on the outside by Cena. Very innovative from John Cena this late into the match. We've been wrestling on the outside for quite a while, folks. Once again, this is Extreme Rules. So there are no countouts, which is why they've been outside the ring for so long. The referee probably should be in a closer vicinity to count a pinfall, but Perhaps he is scared of getting trampled by these two Leviathan wrestlers. Actually, he's not in the match. He's out doing good movies in Hollywood. But these two gargantuan wrestlers... Oh my goodness, the sledgehammer to the head. And again... Oh, Lashley with the shoulder block. Trying to turn things around. Oh, chair to the back of the head. And another one to the chest. And another one. Oh my goodness. Oh, John Cena somehow turning the tables. Throws Lashley into the ring. Maybe he wants to finish it. Maybe he wants an attitude adjustment. What? Oh, it's Brendan Cabina. What's he doing? Oh my god! What is he doing? Attitude adjustment to John Cena. What's this now? What's this? Another attitude adjustment? And go to sleep! Oh, what has he done? Oh, and then he leaves the ring. Brendan Cabina, what have you done? The Black John Cena just assaulted John Cena. I guess a dominator from Lashley. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Black John Cena just cost John Cena a shot at his 17th World Championship. Maybe the mind games of the Hurt Business did in fact get in his head. Maybe he struck a deal with the Hurt Business. Or maybe he just had enough of being in the shadow of John Cena. I don't know what to tell you folks. I'm not the man himself. All I can say is maybe tune into SmackDown and maybe he'll explain himself. But for now, Lashley is still our champion. Hell of a match. It's hard to say if he would have won without the interference. Both men were at the top of their game, but a great main event to close off the show. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next time.